were a small piece of white cotton cloth and a set of instructions. The instructions, below, had arrived in an email from a researcher at Oxford University in England. Step 1. Spot a few drops of blood onto a piece of clean cloth. Step 2. Allow to dry in the air at room temperature. Step 3. Place in a paper envelope or between sheets of clean, dry paper and store dry at room temperature. Step 4. When you have both samples, send them to us in the post. When I first read the instructions a week ago, I was concerned when the first step said, spot a few drops of blood onto a piece of clean cloth. I had never even liked the sight of blood. Now I had been asked to cut myself intentionally. That was not going to happen. But I had to do it, I conceded, to find out the truth. Immediately, I thought of my firstborn son, David, who had contracted type 1 diabetes at the age of 10. Now 36 years old and completely used to taking blood tests every day, he would be the one who could help me. David had agreed to come over, but I hated the waiting. I already had waited a long time. I was now 60 years old, and I wasn't sure where I came from. I like to get things done, and have always made to-do lists to help me keep getting things done. I don't like procrastinating, even when it involves something I don't want to do. I leaned back on the couch, interleaving my fingers on the back of my head, as I often do when taking a break. I inhaled deeply, then let out an audible sigh. While waiting for David, yet dreading his arrival, I thought about my past. Chapter 2. Bloomington Normal. 1938. I was born in Bloomington, Illinois in 1938 and lived on East Beecher Street. When I was 2 years old, we moved to South Linden Street in Normal, Illinois. Bloomington and Normal are twin cities separated by a street aptly called Division Street. They are located in McLean County, with Bloomington being the county seat. The Twin Cities are located 130 miles south of Chicago, Illinois, and 180 miles north of St. Louis, Missouri. Route 66 passes through the Twin Cities as it travels from Chicago to Santa Monica, California. Normal was originally called North Bloomington when it was founded by Joseph Parkinson in 1854. The first addition to North Bloomington was developed by Jesse W. Fell in 1857. Fell was a friend of Abraham Lincoln and a founder of the Daily Pantagraph, the local newspaper. Later in 1865, the name was changed to Normal, presumably because a normal school had been built in Normal. Fell had led the effort to get the first normal school in Illinois to be located in Bloomington, although the school ended up being built in Normal. Normal schools were 2-year teacher training schools. That school continued to grow, becoming known as Illinois State Normal University, ISNU, and later was renamed Illinois State University, ISU, in 1964. Normal is most known for ISU. Linden Street was originally called Chicago Street and formed the eastern boundary of the original town. Just 1 block west of Linden was the Illinois Central Railroad tracks. That track is now a nature/bicycle path called Constitution Trail. 1 more block west was Broadway Avenue, and the next block west was Fell Avenue. Fell Avenue was named after Jesse W. Fell. Fell had his home constructed on Fell Avenue. For 100 years, Normal was a dry town, meaning no intoxicating drinks could be sold within town limits. Bloomington is most known for State Farm Insurance, since it was founded in Bloomington in 1922, and its home office is located here. State Farm's founder, George J. McCurl, grew up in Myrna, Illinois, just 9 miles east of Bloomington. McCurl founded State Farm when he was 45 years old and grew the company at a rapid pace. I remember when the available office space in Bloomington had been filled completely by State Farm. They would build a new building and then see it rapidly filled to capacity. Then another building would be constructed, and so it went. It was very difficult for a State Farm employee to have lunch or dinner anywhere in town and talk about confidential business matters, since there was always a high probability that one or more other State Farm employees would be close by and hear every word. We had 2 universities in Bloomington Normal. Bloomington had Illinois